Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel today. My name is the Crimson Wolf, and welcome to a much different video than you're normally used to. Obviously, as you can see, I'm not alone today. I have a guest on the channel, the very first guest in the history of this channel, and I'd like to welcome to the channel, Jacob.
Hello, Luke, and hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be the first guest.
Yes, I do really appreciate you being the first guest on the channel, obviously coming on the channel, as you're probably the closest thing the internet will have to an expert on Legia Warsaw, obviously Chelsea's opponent in the Conference League tomorrow night.
Well, maybe not on the internet, but definitely who you would have at your disposal.
Yes. So, obviously, we're just going to talk through what we can expect from Legia Warsaw, what we can expect from the Warsaw crowd, of course. Obviously, being a native Pole, you'll be quite familiar with that. So, what can we expect when the Blues go up to the Polish capital tomorrow?
Well, obviously, our tifos from our ultras always provide a lot of entertainment, I would say. The fans get a bit rowdy, though. I mean, Birmingham last year,
Yes.
Aston Villa led to that fine, massive fine for the club. But you have the tifos like the surprise. I'm not gonna say the second word. Um, just to not get you demonetized,
Yeah.
and then you have the we're back, and I mean always the crowd just brings something. Best home crowd, definitely in
Well,
the Conference
as a
League.
Chelsea fan, it's kind of hard to argue with that. The Stamford Bridge crowd has not been at it recently, so yeah, I can't really argue with that. Yeah.
As for the club, I mean, the young manager has taken a different direction, playing a 3-5-2 normally.
Okay.
Well, last game he played a 4-3-3, and they won 2-1. I think it was it was on the 6th, so what, like 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Nice 3-1 win, 2-1, and obviously two starters got injured in that match, so it's not looking good for the team. So you
Oh,
had
I was
you
gonna say
had
you mentioned
uh,
the players. Like, what players do you think could be problematic for Chelsea when we play you in this game?
well, for Chelsea, I think the biggest problem is going to come from Morishita, the midfielder, because Mark Gual, the striker's been injured, so he won't be on the pitch, and neither will Kapustka. He got injured in the last match they played as well.
Right.
So the two biggest threats to your defense have been neutralized. You can thank the team in the Polish league that they played, but you do also have Szołek, who has been quite good, especially in European competitions in the past few years
Yeah.
for Legia Warsaw. I mean, he's the top goal scorer, I believe, and the top assister. So
Yeah. So obviously, it's no secret that for this entire competition, no less this game, Chelsea do go into pretty much every game in this competition as the favourites. Obviously, very much away the favourites to win the competition. So, how do you think Warsaw will respond to that?
well, Legia Warsaw, they've never really been the favourites, especially in European competitions. I mean, if we look at Madrid, that 3-3 famous, very famous, at least in Poland. And then we look at Aston Villa last year, where we weren't favourites, but we did win 3-2 against Aston Villa.
Mm.
So even though
So,
we're not favourites, we are up for a fight.
there's obviously prior existence of you being able to beat the favoured English club in this competition. So, I suppose
Very
upsets in
recent as
football do
well.
happen often. Obviously, we witnessed one just the other night when Arsenal completely destroyed Real Madrid, much to many fans'
Beautiful free
annoyance,
kicks.
myself included.
Beautiful free kicks. Yeah, that was a failed hate watch on your part.
Oh yeah, 100%. Declan Rice has never scored a free kick in his life, and he scored 2 inside of 13 minutes. Like, where did that come from? Like, honestly. Obviously,
Well,
a fellow acquaintance of ours who's a Madrid fan was obviously quite upset at that result. So,
I mean, you can't
he might be
complain
watching
about
this
those
video,
two
I don't
free
know.
kicks. You can't complain about those free kicks.
Yeah, they're good free kicks, to be fair. Like, I mean, Madrid can't complain about the result in the slightest. Like, they just got played off the park, didn't they?
Yeah, but Madrid also have that comeback in them. I mean,
Yeah,
wasn't they down by 3 against Manchester City as well
possibly. I think.
when Benzema was still playing, still kicking ball
No, I think
for Madrid?
the one I remember was I think it was 4-3 to City in the first leg, and then I think it was 1-1 until like just
Five,
into.
yeah.
It was 1-1
They
until I
finished
think
like
added time,
six.
and I think they got
Yeah,
a goal in added time, which took it to extra time, and then I think Benzema
yeah,
scored the Panenka or something against Edison. Something along
yeah.
those lines, at least.
Still, they do have the comebacks.
Yeah, I mean, they did it last year versus City. Obviously, they drew 3-3 at the Bernabeu with them. Obviously, everybody, myself included, expected them to go to the Etihad and get beaten. Obviously, they didn't. I think they managed to draw 1-1 inside of regular time and took it all the way to penalties. Obviously, the City penalties were
Yeah.
absolutely atrocious, so they managed to go through on that one. Madrid in the Champions League is just a completely different beast, isn't it? I mean, they always find a way, typically, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll come back and it's going to go to extra time. I don't see it going any other way.
Yeah. I mean, you yourself, obviously, not only are you a Warsaw fan, you're also a Bayern Munich fan. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell he is wearing a Germany shirt right now, so he's a big Musiala fan. So, obviously, you know firsthand from last season the power of Madrid. Obviously, you were leading 3-2, I believe, at the Bernabeu. And then, obviously, Joselu came off the bench and scored 2 to take the winner. Obviously, with a controversial refereeing decision, it has to be said.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the post-game analysis agrees that that goal was onside.
Yeah.
But it happens. I mean, it's not the first time Madrid have stolen from Bayern.
No,
I mean,
and
you have
unfortunately, probably
the
won't be the last.
two Cristiano Ronaldo offside goals. I don't remember what year, but
Yeah.
we never really have any good luck against them.
Well, really, in the Champions League, who does have good luck against Real Madrid? Like, they're 15-time winners for a reason. Like,
Arsenal.
well, apparently so. Yes.
I think they've used up all the luck now, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Arsenal, they haven't had compared to their standards specifically from the last 2 seasons, they haven't had a brilliant season. Like, that alongside City running away, us having a massive wobble at like the midpoint of the season, the reason Liverpool have just completely ran away with the league. Obviously, back on the Conference League tie for tomorrow. I'd say it's going to be a tough game for both sides, really, because obviously it is at Warsaw, so obviously we know what the home advantage does to that team. More than capable of getting them over the line in that situation. Obviously, we did face.
Yeah, especially this season in the league. Like most of the wins have come from the league. We've only lost 2 matches in the league this season.
Yeah.
So our home performance is very good.
Yeah. Obviously, it will be a tough fixture for us. Obviously, last time out we played Copenhagen, and obviously we did manage to come out 2-1 winners in the end. But obviously, I think the atmosphere did get to us quite a bit in that game. But obviously, we do possess arguably the most quality out of any team in the entire squad. I mean, I think our net worth is more than like most of the big teams in this competition combined. think we've got like
Yeah,
a
that's true.
squad worth of 900 million or something like that. So yeah, we are very much a juggernaut in this competition, but we're not immune to the occasional upset, so we do have to be very careful. I mean, our goalkeeping situation right now is a complete and utter nightmare. Which, to be fair, I don't actually expect Robert Sanchez to start. I expect it to be Philip Jorgensen, but that could very easily be wrong, and we all know what Sanchez is like. He can be brilliant one week and then throw 10 own goals in the back of the net the next. So,
Hopefully it does.
yeah, hopefully for you, not for my mental health.
Yeah. Well, our away tally has not been that good this season.
No,
We're in the league. Only 4 wins away.
yeah,
Our 14 matches, 5 draws and 5 losses.
yeah,
So not a good away record.
yeah. Well, it is obviously worth mentioning in Chelsea do obviously have 100% record in the Conference League this season. Obviously, 6 wins emphatically in the group stage, and obviously we've won both of our knockout games against Copenhagen. So obviously, we do step into this with a perfect record and quite far and away the best goal scorers the competition has ever seen. I think we scored about 26 goals in the group stage, which was more than anyone scored across the entire tournament's history, which believe the previous record was Fiorentina with 21. So we've more than got the firepower up front. Our obvious problems are defensively. Obviously, I already mentioned the goalkeeper, but our defense has been suspect most of the season. And obviously, we've got quite a few injuries right now. Wes Fofana's obviously ruled out for the rest of the season, and he wasn't in the squad anyway, to be fair. And so with Levi Colwill rested versus Brentford, I would imagine he'll probably step into the defence, probably alongside, I'd suggest Trevor Chalobah, but it could be Tosin as well.
I mean, yeah, we've got 4 wins out of the 6 matches. We lost 2 games, and I mean, we've not scored the most, but in terms of defense, we've conceded the same amount of goals as you in the league phase.
Until like the last game week of the group stage, or the league stage, I should say, you were like third in the table, weren't you?
Yeah, we lost the last 2 games we played, so we didn't have a good end to the league
No.
phase, and then we did not have a very good start to the knockout phase with Molde, where we lost
Yes, of
away.
course. And then
We lost away
you won on penalties in
and
the
then came back
second
at
leg, didn't
home.
you? Or
No,
oh
no,
no,
we scored 2 goals,
oh yeah, was
extra time.
yeah one of the winner was an extra time, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, 108th minute
yeah.
by Mark Gual, who's injured. So
Well,
realistically, there is no firepower in this team.
no, I mean our
But
top
we
scorer in
need
the
to get out.
yeah our top
We
scorer
need
in the Conference League, Mark Guiu, is injured as well, unfortunately. So, but I mean, it depends on who we throw up front in the minute. Because if it's Nicholas Jackson, I have full faith that he'll be able to do something. I have zero faith in Christopher Nkunku right now because his head's just gone at the minute. Like he is just like he clearly doesn't want to be here and he's not trying. Like, and to be honest, obviously
the
it
confidence.
yeah his confidence seems a bit down as well. And to be honest, it would not surprise me to see him end up at Bayern in the summer.
I don't know. I think Bayern are very attacking heavy currently. I mean, they're trying to offload Kingsley Coman.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
you obviously try. Obviously, you say you're losing Coleman. Obviously, Muller's leaving
yeah,
in the
Muller's
summer, the end of his
retiring.
contract. Obviously, we'll talk about that a bit more later. There is obviously the running down threat that you could lose someone like Leroy Sané as well.
I think based on Leroy Sané's recent form, he has to stay.
Mm.
He's shown why we've signed him many years ago, but he's coming back with it.
Mm.
He didn't have a great like he had a very good start to last season, and then it got to around December time he had a little injury, I'm pretty sure,
Mm.
and his form really dipped. He didn't score for like the whole month of
Yeah.
January. 4 assists, and he got benched. But this season he didn't have a great start either.
No.
I mean, but especially now, like recently, the last few games, he has been the standout performer, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Well, and Nkunku would make sense to go to Bayern because obviously he came from Leipzig, that's where we bought him from, and his best form was in the Bundesliga. Obviously, the season before we bought him, he was the league's top scorer, tied with Nicholas Füllkrug at Werder Bremen at the time. So he has got pedigree in that league.
Because there was no Bayern striker.
No, there wasn't, apart from Choupo-Moting.
Yeah, but it was Choupo-Moting.
Yeah, he did all right to be fair for you that season.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the one. He didn't really cement his starting position
Well, no, but
at all.
when you're having to fill the void left by Lewandowski, that's kind of a hard job to do.
Yeah, I don't even think Kane's done that.
You have to admit, like, I'm obviously I know you're not the biggest Kane supporter in the world, but he has done really well since he's gone there.
He's done well, but he's not been on Lewandowski levels. Lewandowski just different, very different gravy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as I said, we'll talk about this now. Obviously, it has been announced quite recently that Thomas Muller will be leaving Bayern in the summer. Obviously, they've decided not to renew his contract, which apparently was for sporting reasons, not any financial reasons. So, what do you make on that? Obviously, losing what has to go down as one of Bayern's greatest ever players, surely.
Well, I think it's perfect time for him to retire. I mean, 2025 is 25th season at the club, and this is just the perfect time. He's going to retire like Cruz on the top of his game. I mean, he has been benched recently, but I don't think there are many veterans who wouldn't be benched by Jamal Musiala.
I mean, he is a Bayern legend, like, isn't he? He's a Bayern legend. He's a Germany legend. Like, he's up there. I think one of your top appearance makers, and obviously one of your top scorers as well. So he has done so much for that club, and obviously he'll do well going out on top. Obviously, winning the league title.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, it's the perfect time for him to retire. Like, we've been competitive this season. I think if he retired at the end of last season, it would be a shame to see a legend go out like that,
Yeah,
especially such a legend. I mean, number 25, retiring in 2025 in his 25th year with the team. Perfect time.
mm.
Written in the stars, as Thomas Muller said.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the only thing is obviously a bit of a shame is obviously he might not get to lift the Champions League at the end of the season, but at least he managed at least one more goal versus Inter Milan. And for that matter, we'll talk about that game now because obviously we talked about this a little bit off camera. You're not overly too happy with the goals he conceded, are you?
Well, I didn't see the first goal. I wasn't watching the match at the time. But a Trivela into the top corner, you can't really complain about that. Especially with the goalkeeper we had. I mean, second goalkeeper, Neuer out injured. We can't really complain
Mm.
about the performance. I mean, as a sweeper keeper, Erbig did great. I mean, I saw him out near the halfway line a few times.
Mm.
And it's just a shame that second goal went in. I mean, Dyer could have gone across the line, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he just didn't. We should have we could have scored 6 or 7 that game.
Mm.
Beautiful performance from Jan Sommer.
Yeah, obviously
Plus
you're
some
a former
shocking
keeper.
finishing. Yeah, I mean, shouldn't have sold him.
Mm.
We wouldn't have had this problem.
No, but I mean,
Shove him.
for his own worth, he's done really well since he's gone to Inter. Obviously, managed a Scudetto since he's been there.
About to get another one, probably.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, to be fair, the title race in Serie A is pretty good right now. I mean, Still got Napoli, Inter up there. I think Atalanta are still hanging around, but by the looks of it, they might be slipping out of it now.
Yeah, especially after their performance against Club Brugge.
Yeah.
I think that's where their downfall begins.
Yeah. Well, we talk about players leaving. Obviously, who or what kind of profile player do you think Bayern should be looking to sign in the summer then?
Well, I think there's two types of signing, realistic signing and a very unrealistic one.
And the dream signing?
Yeah, I mean, attacking wise, I think Bayern have the best attack in the world right now.
Okay.
I don't think at full force you would want anything more than Kane, Sane, Musiala, and Elise
No.
on your
Yeah.
team.
That's a terrifying attack. I have to
You
admit.
you do you do not want you don't need more than that. They'll score, no matter who you put in front of them as a defense.
Hmm.
Midfield wise, I think there are three players competing for two positions already.
Yeah.
We don't need another one. Four if Polina's fit. I mean, Kimmich, Goretzka, Pavlovic, I would say are the three biggest competitors for that position. But obviously, Polina got brought in last season. He's not looking like a good signing. He's looking like a bit of a flop, but he has
Hmm.
been injured quite a lot.
Yeah. Well,
So we can't really.
that was more of a Tuchel signing, really, wasn't it? Because obviously he tried to sign him the summer before, and they pretty much just finished the job, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, Polina's a very similar style to Leon Goretzka, I would say.
Yeah.
Both very physical, like good. They're not great on the ball, but they're not bad.
Hmm.
You know, it's like you let Kimmich go do whatever he wants, but you still need a strong physical presence in the middle, so
Yeah.
you have him there. But left back, I mean, after Alfonso Davies gets back from injury, that position is his.
Hmm.
Stanisic, he's currently playing there. Um, Conrad Lime has impressed me at right back.
Yeah.
So I don't think he can stay there. I would let him stay in that
Hmm.
position. He's obviously not a natural right back,
Yeah.
but after that goal against Leipzig and the way he celebrated, he is Bayern through and through. Goalkeeping wise, I think goalkeeper, we need to get ready for another retirement.
Yeah. Obviously,
Manuel Neuer, he's still great. He's still at the top level. So I don't know if it's this season, next season,
yeah.
but
Well,
we need to be looking at
he
options.
signed a year-long extension. I'm led to believe. So I'd say chances are he might go at the end of next season. He'll be 40 years old by the end of next season, won't he?
Yeah, I think if I was Neuer, I would want to retire at the top level still.
Yeah.
I mean, so this season, next season, we might want to sign a replacement.
Yeah.
Who I would want to see fill in that position, Diogo Costa from Porto
Yeah.
or Kobel.
Yeah.
The only two I see that would fit our system.
Yeah. I mean, Kobel, I think would probably be the logical choice. Obviously, he has the Bundesliga experience. Obviously, playing for Dortmund, and he is just a fantastic keeper overall. And Costa obviously has made himself quite into a good ball playing goalkeeper. I've had people compare him to Ederson in terms of his distribution, so I think he'd suit filling in for Neuer quite well.
And then we get onto the unrealistic goalkeeping transfer that I would like to see.
Hmm.
And I think there's only one man for the job,
Hmm.
the Barcelona goalkeeper.
Which one?
Chesney,
Yeah,
obviously.
figured as much.
The main one. I mean, he's what, 34? He's not lost a single game with Barcelona.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
well,
think he can carry that
he
on.
came out of retirement for Barcelona, didn't he? So
Exactly. So if I think Barca have offered him a contract
yeah,
though, a second season. But obviously they're going to be looking to offload one starting goalkeeper.
Mm.
So maybe from one German goalkeeper to the next,
Yeah.
and we sign to Stegen.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I mean, we don't know how he's going to be post-injury though.
No, yeah, that is quite true. And
Where I
then,
would want to improve centre back,
yeah,
the only position left.
yeah,
Upamecano has really come into this season
yeah.
off of off of the back of last season,
Well, he
where
was
especially
shit.
in
Oh,
that City match, I wanted to rip up
oh,
his contract
yeah,
and
that was the
send
year
him on a
before,
plane
wasn't it? In
somewhere.
the Champions League when
Yeah, that
because
against
that was
City.
the game when he got sent off, but the Harling Haaland was offside, so he got ruled out, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he was just very bad in the league that season
Mm.
as well. Last season, he started improving, but he still wasn't
Well, he didn't
great.
play as many games last season, did he? Because he had Delict and Kim Min Jae, didn't you?
Well, let's be honest, deservedly, he did not play that
Yeah.
many games that season. And then obviously we should not let Delict go.
Mm. He started doing well for United, to be fair.
He was the anchor in our
Yeah.
defense. I mean, look at that clearance against PSG
Mm.
by Delict, saved Bayern there,
Yeah.
but should not have sold him. He's played well, but he's been very inconsistent.
Mm.
He's had to, he's dropped stinkers
Yeah. I mean,
in the league.
yeah. I mean, his worst performance that I've seen was that first leg versus Madrid. He was responsible for both those goals he conceded.
I mean, it just happens though. It's
Yeah.
just the way he defends. He gets pulled out.
Mm.
And I think if you're the second centre back, you see that and you know you have to go cover.
Yeah.
And if you don't go cover, that's also partly on you.
Mm. Fair enough.
You should know your teammates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, I think the way Kim defends is great
Mm.
because he goes to put pressure onto the attacker, and that's what you need. You need the pressure building up
Yeah.
because that attacker is still thinking, I've got Kim, I've got the left and right back that can come across to defend. Let's say Upamecano in the other centre back position and Manuel Neuer in net to
Mm.
get past.
Just
But
the gravitation of the aura, shall we say?
yeah, the German wall, you know.
Mm.
So I think if we want to make a signing for centre back, I don't know who we'd be looking for
No.
realistically. I mean, Jonathan Tah contract,
Yeah. That feels like
but
the obvious one, doesn't it?
yeah, I mean, German international, German team. Yeah, it's like perfect, but I think we pulled out of the race to sign him.
Yeah.
And unrealistically, I would love to see Bastoni
Yeah.
in a red shirt.
Yeah. I mean, been one of the world's best centre backs this season for Inter, hasn't he? Obviously, firsthand, I think he got man of the match versus you lot last night.
I'm not sure actually.
Pretty sure he did. I think I saw the image of him holding the Champions League trophy.
I'm not sure if he's a man of the match. It definitely was not a Bayern player, I'd say that much. Deservedly.
Hmm.
I mean, he was responsible for that first goal,
Yeah.
was Bastoni. I saw the build up playing. It was definitely him.
Yeah.
I think it's Conrad Lima who got man of the match. Wait, let me check.
That might be like a statistical man of the match. I think like the official like
Yeah,
UEFA given match was Bastoni.
potentially. I mean, I'm looking on
Yeah.
SofaScore and he got a little star next to him. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Guerrero at Cam. That just shows how bad our team is doing for injuries.
Yeah.
there was nobody.
I mean, if you're looking at Cam signings, I mean, there's one that sticks out immediately. Obviously, Verts.
Yeah, I don't think Florian Wirtz would come to Bayern.
No,
I don't see it happening.
well, by the looks of it,
Obviously, the link.
Alonso seems to be on his way out. Obviously, looks to be going to Madrid. So, I mean, he could take Verts with him, but obviously, if he doesn't, then he more than likely could end up at Bayern. Obviously, the other big link has been Manchester City.
I mean, could you imagine Wirtz and Musiala not
Yeah,
only for the German national team but for Bayern?
yeah,
That would be insane. Adding Leroy Sané, Elise, Serge Gnabry
yeah,
with his beautiful celebration. I
yeah.
love that
I mean,
celebration so much.
yeah. The only question to be how you get them on the same pitch. So I would imagine you'd play one of them as the out and out cam, the other one as the left wing, with obviously Elise on the right.
To be honest, we might have to switch to a three back.
Mm.
Just take no wing backs. Just shove like the left back into another cam.
Yeah, that's Davies. So
Three,
yeah,
two, four, one. More like not very likely to happen, but that would be just
yeah, that would be interesting. To be fair,
incredible.
well, to be
No
fair, like
defense for
that's
the attack.
yeah. I mean, you kind of play like that a little bit because if you just have the three centre backs, so obviously you got your right back
Yeah, I
shifting
mean,
over, and then you've got
yeah,
Davies
Davies loves
bombing up
to
and down the left side.
go for
Then you got your centre cams, obviously Musiala and Verts, and then obviously Elise on the right, and obviously big
um,
Hazard Kane up front.
against Inter, we were with one centre back for most of the game,
Yeah,
especially the second half, where it was just Dyer on the halfway line.
yeah,
Even Kim Min Jae was in the
mm,
mix. Like Inter parked the bus, and then that's obviously what led to the second goal. It was like counter attack.
yeah,
So because no one was back, everyone was just
mm,
in Inter's box.
yeah. They
So
got caught.
obviously when a pace merchant came on,
Yeah,
and he scored. I think. Wait, did he come on? Yeah, he came on in the 74th minute for Mkhitaryan. So and he came on and he scored 10 minutes later.
yeah. Well, as we're recording this, obviously we got two Champions League games on right now: Barcelona versus Dortmund, PSG versus Aston
Yes.
Villa. Barcelona are 1-0 up
Well,
versus Dortmund currently, with Rafinha having scored the goal.
obviously. Oh no, not. I'm looking at Atalanta right now for for no reason.
Yeah. Well,
Barcelona.
as much as
I'm
it
not,
pains me to say it, because Barca are one of my least favourite teams in the world, they are probably right now the favourites to win the Champions League.
I mean, I think so too. I mean, Lewandowski's second would be nice to see
Yeah.
as well. Chesney with his first.
Mm.
Plus, Lamine, like the team
Yeah.
is
I mean, I don't like Barca, but
young talent
Flick has done a good job since
mixed
he's
in
gone there.
with the veterans. I think that's why they're working so well.
Yeah. The back line just kind of tells you it all. I mean, you've got Koundé and Martinez in there as your experience, and Kubasi and Balde, who are obviously two players out of La Masia.
Yeah, they're just it's a great mixture
Yeah.
of experience
And then,
and then you've got Pedri and De Jong,
yeah,
both. Well, Pedri especially very young
yeah,
still, I'm pretty sure, but very also at the same time very experienced.
yeah,
He's been playing for at least 5 years
yeah.
off the top of my head. And then you've got obviously Lamine Yamal who
Yeah.
came into his own at the Euros.
I mean, he look. I mean, I have my thing with Yamal where I say he's not necessarily. I don't want to sound stupid when I say he's not necessarily the best player. I think he's just incredibly good in comparison to what he should be for his age. Because like the level he's at for a 17-year-old is unheard of. Like I can't even deny that. I don't necessarily think he's better than that at certain players. Obviously, I think Salah, Saka are probably still ahead of him in that like right wing spot. But what he's doing for his age is absolutely unbelievable.
This season, that front three of Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Mal
Yeah.
has been unbelievable. Though
I mean,
I don't think I've seen
yeah,
like, well, especially not this season. There has not been a front three better than them three.
no. I mean, Yamal's probably the poster boy for this Barca team, but like Rafinha has been absolutely unbelievable this season.
I think Rafinha's got a shot at the Ballon d'Or.
If they win the Champions League, he'll win it.
I mean, they're still first in the league, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're
At
a couple
Barca.
points ahead of Madrid right now.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
last time they were game in hand.
they're 4 points clear of Madrid at the minute. 83
Does
goals
Madrid have a
scored,
game?
29 conceded.
Oh no, they don't. I thought Madrid had a game in hand on them.
No.
No, no. Plus, did Barca not beat Madrid in one of the Spanish cups?
Yeah, I think it was either the Copa del Rey or the Copa de España or whatever it is.
Yeah. Was that for the trophy or for just a round?
I think it was for the trophy. I could be wrong, but you never know.
It's not showing up.
Yeah,
So
I mean, realistically, if you had to ask me right now, I think probably the two favorites for the Ballon d'Or is. I think one of them has to be Rafinha. I think the other one has to be Dembele.
no Salah, interesting. I mean,
Well,
I don't
no.
think Salah's in the competition
But, I mean,
right now.
as we know,
After his like recently, I've
yeah.
not heard of Salah.
No. I mean, we'll piss off our Liverpool supporting friends saying this, but like, uh, ever since he went out the Champions League, I've just been I think his Ballon d'Or journey's just been over really because
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even win the Carabao Cup
no, like you
against
can't.
against Newcastle.
Yeah, you realistically can't win a Ballon d'Or even as good as a season if you've had like just on a Premier League.
If you win
Like
one trophy, yeah.
yeah, like you can't just do it on a Premier League. Like it is incredibly difficult to do that. It has been done before, I'm pretty sure, but not for a very long time. So it is very difficult to do that. Salah has had an absolutely fantastic season. Obviously, don't get me wrong, he's put some fantastic numbers in the Premier League, but I mean, Dembele and Rafinha have done the same for Barca and PSG and Liga and La Liga. So, and they are still in with a chance of winning an international continental trophy.
Did PSG not secure the league already?
Yeah, they did obviously. Yeah, of course they already won the league undefeated so far as well. They're having an invincible season, which just the
Yeah.
cruelest of ironies that the season after all three of Messi, Mbappe, Neymar have finally all left is the season where they're the best they've ever been.
Yeah, I mean, the signing of Kvaratskhelia
Yeah, I mean that was
has
an
been,
absolutely unbelievable transfer. As we were talking about
I
PSG,
think,
however, they have just gone 1-0 down.
not surprising. Kvaratskhelia will bring him back though.
Yeah, I watched that game versus Liverpool. They absolutely destroyed them, and if it wasn't for Alisson, they would have absolutely battered them completely.
Yeah, I mean, they were unbelievable that game.
Yeah.
What was it like? 30 shots.
Something like that, yeah.
Alisson had 11 saves or something.
Yeah, like it was absolutely unbelievable. Like, and then they got caught out right at the very end, obviously with the breakaway and Harvey Elliott's goal. Obviously, it came back to bite them at Anfield.
Yeah, they couldn't stop the onslaught. It was coming. It was a long way in the coming. I mean, we have to keep in mind Bradley Barcola has been benched for this game as
Yeah,
well.
I mean that's
He will be
that's
coming on most likely.
that's an interesting one to be fair, Barcola, because obviously they bought Kvara when they had a really good attack. To be fair, like between Dembele, obviously Desiree Doué is obviously a very promising young player, obviously Barcola, and then obviously they still at the time had Colin Muani, still had Gonzalo Ramos. Obviously, I know Muani's now gone to Juventus where he's doing quite well, but like they still, even with that kind of attack, still went and put out like the what 80 odd million it was to sign Kvara, and he's still been absolutely bloody phenomenal. So
I think you have to, just like we said about Barcelona, it's that you need the experience in the team so that they can show like what needs to be done.
yeah,
And I mean, Clara has he's been instrumental to Napoli for a long time
yeah,
now,
that's like 2 3 years.
few
Yeah,
seasons at least. Yeah, even going back to 2020, I mean that game against Liverpool.
yeah. The 2020, I think it was two Champions League. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been
going
yeah he's
back a
been
couple
brilliant
of
for obviously
seasons.
him and Osimhen both instrumental in winning the Scudetto that season for Napoli.
Yeah, and then obviously Osimhen being ousted,
Yeah,
but
much to my annoyance. I mean, we talked about your dream signings. We have to talk about my dream signing for the past 3 years. It has been Victor Osimhen.
obviously the best, one of the best.
Yeah,
I don't mind Osimhen at all. I love him. I want
yeah,
to see him do well.
he's a fantastic player, and I really do hope that in the near future we get to see him wear Chelsea blue. That'd be great. Um, I mean, just to talk about PSG, the only other thing I want to mention is, for my money, I genuinely think they have the best midfield in world football. In that combination of João Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz is just absolutely spectacular.
I think it's time to go back to Bayern.
Uh,
Kimmich, the best midfielder in the world right now.
okay.
Does name a better player then?
Uh,
Name one.
I mean, I've when with the midfield talk, I tend to like try and prioritize like different styles of midfield. Obviously, Kimmich is more of like that deep lying, like defensive midfielder. I
Yeah,
mean,
but he can attack as well. I
yeah,
mean, look at that goal he scored
yeah. I mean,
a few weeks ago.
yeah.
That
Maybe
plus,
through the blue tinted glasses, but I think Caicedo has to be up there in that conversation. He has been like immense this season.
I think the blue tinted glasses are a bit too blue. The
Nah,
blue has gone to your brain.
nah, he has been phenomenal this season. Like he has been just the most consistent player in the league by far. Like he's never anything less than a 7 out of 10, and quite often ends up being an 8 or a 9. He is just absolutely superb. He's
I mean,
one of the best ball
I
winning
know you don't like
midfielders in
to
the
talk
world.
about you don't like to talk about the Bundesliga, but if we look at Kimmich's stats only in the Champions League, he's first for progressive passes as a defensive midfielder. He's first for chances created. He's first for passes completed. He's first in a lot of
Yeah,
categories.
I mean, Kimmich is a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong. I think you're talking other players, possibly slightly
Kimmich is
different
a very
positions.
slept on.
Yeah, I think you're talking other players, possibly as I say, slightly different positions. I'd say I think
Kimmich is very slept on.
yeah, Kimmich has been good this season, but as I say, I think all three PSG midfielders could be within a shout. I think Vitinha has been phenomenal this season. João Neves has been a fantastic signing for them, and obviously I think Fabian Ruiz is quite an underrated player. Obviously had a brilliant Euros for Spain. I think obviously you do have to mention Pedri. I think he's been phenomenal for Barca as well. And obviously Ryan Gravenberch as well, obviously the former Bayern man.
True. Yeah, Liverpool got the sloppy seconds, didn't they?
Well, he's been phenomenal for Liverpool this season, so it's kind of hard to... I mean, to be honest, actually, if you got this version of Gravenberch, I think he'd be starting in your midfield alongside Kimmich right now.
I don't think so. I mean, we always had that version of Gravenberch, but he didn't start.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was because he was out of favour with Tuchel
Yeah.
and Nagelsmann. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Nagelsmann signed
Yeah.
him from Ajax, I believe. Don't know if he was just out of favour or what was happening, but when he did come on, he played great.
Yeah.
I could not complain about his performances,
Well,
but
yeah. As we're
just
about 50 minutes into this, we'll end this off. We'll do something me and you like to do quite a lot. We'll do a Bayern Chelsea combined 11. We'll do current squads and then we can do all time.
I think current squad, because if we go on form,
Yeah.
you can't mention any of the better Bayern players. I mean,
Yes.
Upamecano,
Like, got
Davies,
injuries,
they're all
yeah.
injured, so they're currently not on forms.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think
So
what formation are we doing?
we both used the
4-3-3.
4-2-3-1, so I think it's got to be that, hasn't it?
All right.
All right.
I don't think we need to talk about the goalkeeper.
No, we really don't. I
Neuer's
don't want to talk
going
about him,
straight
but
in the
I have
team.
to.
Neuer's going straight in the team.
Easily, Neuer. Easily. I mean,
Left back.
you might be in disagreement with me here, but I think it's got to be Cucurella, man.
You know what? I was gonna argue, but I think Cucurella's had a good season.
I mean, since
As
the
much as I
Euros,
like
he's just been
the Euros.
since the Euros, he's just been unstoppable. I mean, second most goals from any defender in the league, only behind Josko Gvardiol.
Yeah, but Gvardiol's just insane.
I mean, he started the season for City good, but he trailed off quite quickly. I think Cucurella has been the best left back. For my money, I think he's been the best left back in the world this season, let alone the Premier League.
Yeah, because Davies has been injured.
All right. I mean,
Centre backs, Upamecano's in.
sure.
No, Upamecano this season has been
Yeah,
the
okay.
standout
Right.
performer in that Bayern defense.
This season he's been good. I'll give him that. I can't really throw.
You said we were basing this off this season, so
Yeah, yeah.
you can't argue with that.
If we're basing it off this season, then yeah. And I think if I'm putting one name on there, I think it's got to be Colwell. Colwell, I think, has impressed me quite a lot this season. He's hit a rough patch, and I think some of the fans have been a bit too harsh on him for that quite recently. But the entire team's hit a rough patch, so I'm not particularly blaming him for that. And I think he is a very good defender. He will get better with age.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll allow it.
Yeah, Colwell, Upamecano.
Upamecano and Colwell
Right back. I
with
mean,
Cucurella.
yeah. What are we going to do for right back? Because and you mentioned Lima earlier, obviously, and he has had a good season, but he's obviously not a natural right back. And then Gusto's had an absolutely terrible season, and Reece James, until quite recently, has been injured for quite a bit of the season. So, I mean, on quality, I'm assuming we're both in agreement it would be Reece James, but if we're basing it on the season, I think it's a different argument.
I mean, I'm looking at Bayern's top players in the Champions League currently. And in terms of rating, Lima's up there.
Yeah.
He's in seventh, behind Kimmich, Kane, Elise, Musiala, Davies, and Upamecano.
Mm.
So he's been very good for the team.
Yeah.
And then in the league, he's in. Let me just find him. He's in 17th, but he's still got a 7.0, like consistent.
So, yeah.
He's very good. He's not a natural right back, but he's in the position he's been told to play. He's doing
it's
well.
just the thing. If we want a natural right back, I think it has to be Reece James because I think he is the only option because I'm not picking Gusto. But if we want on form, it would probably be Lima. So we said we'll do it on form. So I will give it to Lima purely because he has done well at it this season, even despite the fact obviously it's not his natural position.
Yeah, and I mean especially in that Inter game, Conrad Lima was pulling the strings down that side with Elise.
Mm. So if we move into the double pivot. So considering the conversation we've just had, I'm assuming this is quite easy. Kimmich and Caicedo.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kimmich has to go in off the season he's having. And I don't watch Chelsea,
Yeah,
but
you should.
you're saying Caicedo's been quite good.
Yeah.
I like my mental health. Thank you very much. But
It's my
if
mental
I
health
have
you
to
need to
throw
worry
in,
about. I'm the one that needs to support this team.
I'll throw in an honourable mention of Pavlovic.
Yeah.
Before his injury, he was class.
Yeah. I mean, my honourable mention has to be probably the player I think is one of the most underrated players in the league this season, Enzo Fernandez. I think he's been really good this season. Not as good as Caicedo, and as you say, Kimmich has been really good for Bayern this season, so I won't put him in there, but I think he 100% deserves an honourable mention.
Kimmich is the highest rated player in the whole team.
Yeah.
So.
We move into the attacking mid, and this is probably the most hotly contested spot on the entire
Not
pitch for
even
us
a
two.
conversation. Not even a conversation.
I
Jamal
mean,
Musiala.
okay,
It's off this season, Luke. It's off
it is
this
on this season,
season.
but like, I know he's hit a rough patch recently, but you still cannot completely rule out Cole Palmer. Like, he has been superb.
Yeah.
I mean,
But on this season, Jamal Musiala.
unless we do a thing of like we play one of them out of position, so it'd probably end up being Musiala. We play him on the left with Palmer in the 10. Because let's be honest, I think left wing's probably a weak position for both of us. I know you mentioned Sané's come back to his best, but obviously he was injured for quite a bit earlier in the season, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, we can put Musiala on the left-hand side. I think that would be the best, unless we want to play Elise on the left.
But Elise is going to go on the right because our right wing's not exactly the strongest. I mean, I don't think Neto and Noni Madueke have been that bad this season, but Elise has just been unbelievable for Bayern this season, so it's kind of hard to argue.
So,
and then
Musiala on the left.
Yeah, Palmer in the 10.
Palmer in the middle.
And then Elise on the right, yeah.
The thing is, with those three as well, with those three, Palmer can go on the right, Elise can come into the middle or the left. So it doesn't really matter.
They're very interchangeable. They can just play anywhere.
Yeah. Or if we talk about how Bayern are playing, they'll just all three of them will go roam wherever they want.
Yeah, pretty much. And
up front, no conversation needed.
I'm not going to fight that. I mean, look, Jackson's had a good season.
No,
he started the
Nicholas
season.
Jackson. I've seen more stinkers than more clips.
Okay, no, I think that's harsh. Like the start of the season, like before the new year, he was really good. I think 9 goals in, I think 13 was his record before New Year, something like that. And he was really good. Post New Year, he's fallen off a bit. The goals haven't been coming for him. His performances have been all right, and he is one of our most important players to the way we play. But yeah, the goals haven't been coming, and when you put him in an argument with Harry Kane, it's kind of hard to argue against Kane. Like he's been just probably the most consistent striker in world football for the past 10 years. So yeah, it's kind of hard to argue against that. You there?
So Kane up front.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go with Kane up front for that one, and then we can do the all-time Bayern Chelsea 11.
Yeah, we can do.
So back to the goalkeeper. This is as much more difficult than before. Neuer versus Petr Cech.
Neuer revolutionized that position.
Yeah. I mean, you can't disrespect
If not for
Petr Cech,
Neuer, you would not have the modern. No, I'm not disrespecting him. I like Petr Cech. Petr Cech, great goalkeeper. But for what Neuer has done to the game,
yeah,
with his sweeper kick, I mean, you have obviously the likes of Ederson now, with his playing style very similar to Neuer.
Yeah.
Neuer revolutionized that position. He's changed it from just making saves to being on the ball. Like if we look at Pep Guardiola's tactics,
Yeah.
they're based on a goalkeeper playing out from the back. If not for Neuer, I don't think there would be many goalkeepers playing out from the back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably fair enough. Czech obviously deserves a massive honourable mention with that because obviously, 15 goals conceded in
Put
a
Czech on the bench.
yeah. He can be the backup keeper, sure. I'll give it to Neuer. The other thing I'm going to say is when those two were in the Champions League final together, one of them saved about 3 penalties. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and the other won the Champions League the very next season.
Yeah.
So.
So,
And one of them has a World Cup.
well, yeah, but that's a difficult conversation you have to ask when one of them played for Germany, the other one played for Czech Republic.
Don't diss the Czech Republic.
No.
Remember Pavel Nedved, that guy.
Yeah, well, one of the most unjustified Ballon d'Or winners in history. Good player, but
Nedved was great at when he was
yeah,
when he wanted to be.
Yeah.
Left back. I don't think there's a conversation here. Ashley Cole.
It's got to be Ashley Cole. For me, I think top 3 left backs of all time. For me,
Well, Ashley Cole, Roberto Carlos, and Marcelo.
I don't put Marcelo in that conversation because he was a terrible defender. Going forward, he was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but defensively, he was awful. For me, the player I always say is greatest left back of all time, was greatest defender to ever walk the earth for that matter, Maldini. I know
I would have put Maldini as a centre back.
He did play centre back for quite a bit, but I think he played left back more for his career, and I think I'd play him as a left back personally.
Okay, fair enough. Centre backs. If we're going all time, Beckenbauer, Terry.
Yeah, I think it's got to be because Beckenbauer is probably the greatest centre back ever. If we're not including Maldini in that conversation, I think Beckenbauer is probably the greatest centre back ever. Obviously, R.I.P. to the man. Recently passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace. I think Ballon d'Or winner as well.
Yeah, 2-time Ballon d'Or winner as a centre back. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, right back.
Again, that's pretty easy to be fair. One of the greatest right backs of all time, probably top 3 greatest right backs ever. It's got to be Philip Lahm on it.
I think so too. Philip Lahm. He went a whole season without conceding a foul.
Yeah. He is in the conversation
for a defender.
Yeah, as top 3 right backs go, I think him, Dani Alves, Cafu are all brilliant.
Yeah. Are we playing 4-2-3-1?
I think maybe more. Let me say
4-3-3.
Yeah, 4-3-3. I think would probably be better. Or we can do actually 4-4-2 might work better. I think maybe.
Yeah, we can do 4-4-2.
So 2 midfielders.
I have a great idea for the attacking partnership.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're.
All I'm going to say.
I'm assuming we're thinking the same thing, but we'll get to that in a minute. The midfield partnership. I think one of them's got to be Frank Lampard for me. Greatest goal scoring midfielder of the generation.
Schweinsteiger and Lampard.
Well, Schweinsteiger's one. The other one's obviously Lothar Matthäus.
Yeah, we could say Matthäus because he played for both. Wait, did Matthäus play for you?
No, I don't think he did actually. He played for Inter.
No, Ballack did.
Ballack, yeah.
I got them too confused.
Yeah. You got them. Yeah. Well, I think Lampard, as I say, it's got to be in there. Nobody could score goals from midfield like him. And then Schweinsteiger, to be fair, and no disrespect to Schweinsteiger, he was fantastic for you lot, but I think Matthäus, just what he achieved, his longevity and all that, and obviously won the Ballon d'Or as well. I think he probably deserves to be in there.
You could also mention Toni Kroos for Bayern.
Yeah, I think Kroos on quality would get a mention, but I think just he wasn't at Bayern for as long as obviously his better years were at Madrid, as we know. compared to Bayern.
Yeah, but he started out there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Honourable mention, another seat on the bench, but I think Lampard and Mateus is probably a fair shout.
Yeah, put Schweinsteiger on the
Yeah,
bench
Schweinsteiger on the bench as well.
with with Ballack probably.
Yes, the right mid / right wing. I'm assuming we're both in agreement because he played for both of us.
Robin.
And Robin.
Yeah, I agree with that. No,
I mean,
no conversation. No one else is there.
No, I mean right wing's one of Chelsea's weakest positions in history, and Robin's one of the names that always gets brought up in that. And he was phenomenal for those 2 years he was with us. To be fair, I mean that partnership, Robin, Damien Duff, and Drogba was fantastic in that year. I mean, and he was even better for you lot. Obviously, just one of those players you always knew what he was going to do, but you could never stop him.
Yeah, I mean, I watched an edit and it used, Bruce Lee's quote
Yeah,
of like it's harder to play against a master. Like he's trained one kick 10,000 times instead of training 10,000 kicks one time.
yeah.
It's kind of like that, but there was no way of stopping it.
No.
It's just too simple to stop.
Yeah, just always cut in on his left foot and bend it in that far corner, and he did it
Yeah,
every time.
he did it every time, but no one could ever stop it.
Yeah.
So
The left wing spot I think is probably an interesting argument because obviously for
who are
Chelsea,
you bringing in?
Hmm?
Who are you bringing into the conversation?
Hazard easily.
The question is, do we complete a robbery or do we put in Hazard?
I mean, like Ribery was brilliant, as you say. That partnership with him, Robin, and Lewandowski was really good.
I mean, it
Obviously-
wasn't just for the Notsky. I'm pretty sure it was not Mario Götze, the German striker. What's his name?
Closer.
No, I mean closer as well, but he didn't spend that long at Bayern.
Amoso or something like that. I don't know.
I don't remember his name. He
I know
started in
you're on about, but I
2013.
can't think of his name. They did play with Lewandowski for quite a while, to be fair.
I mean, all of them kind of played. But while we do that, I think talk about the two up front.
Well, we haven't finished Hazard and Ribery's debate, or do you want to come back to that?
We'll come back to it.
So
Oh,
the two up front, I'm gonna be honest. This is the reason I decided to be a 4-4-2. I'm assuming we're in agreement who the two centre forwards got to be.
I don't know if we are, to be honest.
Well, Lewandowski's one. That's got to be one. Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean,
as
the finishing,
a goal scorer, you'll find very few across even history that'd be better than him.
Yeah.
And then next to him,
Drogba.
yeah, it's got to be Drogba, surely.
I don't think there's anyone else.
I mean,
Gerd Muller.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Respect to Gerd Muller, but
Lewandowski was different. Mandzukic.
Mandzukic,
Mario
that was it, yeah.
Mandzukic. He was at Bayern a long time.
Yeah.
He was up front for a while. And I think people always forget about him.
Yeah.
But for Bayern, he was. To be honest, he didn't play that long. I thought he played longer.
Yeah, well, I'm
54
not sure when he
23
joined,
goals.
but obviously he'll have gotten taken over by Lewandowski quite quickly. I know, obviously.
Yeah,
you end up
2012 to 2014.
Yeah.
Lewandowski came in 2014.
Yeah, Lewandowski came in. Obviously, you will have ended up with you ended up with Klose and Götze at some point as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I think they were before. I think Klose was before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I mean, Klose, another Polish striker.
And German.
Polish born. I mean, Germany always likes to steal our strikers.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also mention Łukasz Podolski.
Yeah, but I think
Podolski as well.
Yeah, Lewandowski and Drogba's a fucking unreal front two. I mean, you've got goals and big game performances right there. Like, the one thing I always say about Drogba, you want someone to win you a trophy. There is no other
If
player in the
if
world
one
you
of
want
them,
more than Didier Drogba. I think
Cristiano Ronaldo.
maybe, but like, yeah, like Ronaldo's up there, but like major finals, Drogba, 12 finals played, 11 trophies won, or is it? Sorry, maybe no, 12 finals played, 11 goals scored, 10 trophies. Like his record speaks for itself. Like
Yeah,
in cup finals, he was just a completely different animal.
yeah. Closer was 07 to 2011
Yeah,
for Bayern. So back to Ribery Hazard.
I mean, Ribery did that one season, 2013, when he was one of he was up there for Ballon d'Or, and obviously a lot of people argue he should have won it. Maybe he deserved to win it, to be fair. But Hazard from like from 2012 to 2019 was the best player in the Premier League by a country mile. I think, for my money, the most naturally talented player the league's ever seen. Like what he could do with the football was just unbelievable. He'd take the ball and he'd make you look like a complete idiot, put it on your ass,
Yeah,
and the thing is, he wouldn't do it just for the show of it. He wasn't like a Neymar where he'd just try and make a fool out of you. He would do it with purpose. He would be going for goal in that entire process.
yeah. I think we've got a lot of. We don't have much technicality in the team.
Yeah.
We've all got very disciplined players. So I think I'll give it to you. Give Eden Hazard the
Yeah.
spot just to see some of that. Like obviously not Brazilian, but Jogo Bonito.
Yeah. The
We want some of that.
the samba magic. Yeah.
Yeah, we need some sort of beautiful game in
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's a team you just wouldn't want to play against. Neuer in nets, Philip Lahm, Beckenbauer, John Terry, Ashley Cole. I mean, you're not scoring against that, especially with Lothar Matthäus in front of him. And then you've got to deal with Drogba, Hazard, Robin, Lampard, and Lewandowski defensively. Like, you're not scoring against it, and you're not defending against that. Like, there's nothing you can
No,
do. You're just royally screwed.
kind of like Bayern steamrolling everyone in 2020,
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
including Chelsea.
yeah. I know, I know. Was 7-1 at aggregate or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all right. Won the Champions League the season after anyway.
Yeah, we won the league. We won the Champions League before that, though.
Yeah. Well,
That Champions League campaign was unbelievable.
no. Only one of us has lost the Champions League final in their own stadium.
Yeah, well, we're about to do it twice.
We got to make the Champions League final first.
Don't worry about it. We'll find a way,
Uh,
a jammy way, but we'll find one probably.
Right, you're gonna need to pull out gonna need to pull out the Simeone playbook of shithousery in the dark arts for that one.
Why do you think Goretzka's starting the next year?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting when you go up against Inter because obviously, I mean, I've said this to you before. Their defense is just rock solid, and as good as your attack is, like to play against that, you do have to be really good. So you can get through.
The
I
thing
have no
is,
doubt. Like only a 1 goal deficit, you can overturn that quite simply. But obviously, the practice will be
we
harder
just
than
need
the
to
on paper.
remember to bring our shooting boots.
Yeah.
Because we had about 8 chances
Yeah.
against them in that match, and we just did not convert.
Yeah.
If we converted, that game would have been very, very different.
Hmm.
I think it was like 6 shots on target at the end.
Yeah.
For us, Inter had like 2 or 3 on target.
Yeah.
So it was and I believe we had like 70 possession
Mm.
in the second half at least. We
Yeah.
definitely had 70%, 70 odd percent.
Yeah.
So I think we just got unlucky with that match.
Yeah, maybe so.
So
Yeah. Well, good luck to you all the same. I mean, I can't
it
really call who I want to win that, but
also does not help that our next game in the league, which is between the fixtures of the Champions League, is Borussia Dortmund.
oh, the Klassiker.
We've got a Der Klassiker in between Bayern Munich and Inter.
Yeah.
So
Well,
on
yeah,
that
so
note, I think I'm done
yeah, need a
ranting.
bit of luck on your side. Well, I know we've not really focused on much of the Conference League in this game, but just to turn focus back to that, obviously, I will be live with the watch along tomorrow, and this man will be with me. Obviously, this time not over Zoom call. He will be here with me in the ye old office, and we will be watching the game together.
But give us a score prediction.
Score prediction. Ooh, I'll say 3-1. We've not been that good defensively. We've leaked like the odd goal in the Conference League. I think we've only ever leaked 2, but I think I'll say 1 for
Well,
this.
3-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah, 3-1 to Chelsea. And goal scorers, I can't really judge on the Warsaw players, so you can predict that, sure. And then goal scorers for Chelsea, I'll say. Gotta think who's got a bloody play. I'll say Enzo gets a goal. Thing. I want to say Palmer gets a goal, but I couldn't honestly tell you. At the minute, like I'll say Palmer gets a goal, and then I'll say Neto gets a goal. Neto's got a good, decent scoring rate in the Champions League. Score prediction from yourself?
3-2 from, it's been a week of upsets in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So hopefully it carries on down. Plus, if we don't win this game, we have a very slim chance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, like
while
I don't want to see us lose because our fan base will just go absolutely radio over that. Like, we do have the advantage of if we unfortunately do get done over, we can take it back to Stamford Bridge, and then chances are we get the job done there.
Yeah, that's why we need a good result here.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully the pressure doesn't get to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're 50 days away from potentially completing the set, so I mean, it starts again tomorrow, and obviously we got the game next week, which I will be there for. I will be going to Stamford Bridge, so that's obviously good.
Yeah.
I'd take you with you. Take me with you with me if I could, but obviously, not possible.
Yeah, down to London.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that's about wraps it up pretty much, shouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Jacob, very much for coming on. I do appreciate it. Taking about an hour's worth of your time, more than that actually, because of all the technical difficulties beforehand. So yeah, thank you very much for your participation and patience.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure to be the first guest.
Yeah, the pleasure was all mine, my friend.
On the show.
Yeah, the pleasure was all mine. And I will sign off here by saying my name is the Crimson Wolf. I am the reddest Chelsea fan on the internet, and you have all, and Jacob, been amazing. And I'll see you in the next one, which will be the stream tomorrow. So you'll see me and Jacob again quite soon. So I'll see you in the next one. Good luck with it.